Tadpales, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different and something that I am very excited for. I was on itch.io and I found this Xiaolumi Hangout, this fan-made story about Xiao and Lumine. I love romance, so I have to give this a try. It looks so beautiful, and I gotta say, this opening main screen really sets the tone for what we are about to experience. I am very excited. So grab some popcorn, some snacks, a nice drink, cozy up, and let's experience what this game has to offer. My journey is long. I yearn to see you. I am very excited about this. Liyue. Liyue, this land amidst the monoliths, is home to landscapes and scenery of magnificent beauty. Dihua Marsh is one such place. Azure waters that sparkle under the golden sun rays, graceful silver grass dancing to a tune only nature knows, and a light breeze that carries the scents of all the beautiful flowers blooming as far as the eye can see. These marvels are embraced by lofty mountains who offer their sturdy gaze and everlasting protection. It's an exquisite painting of wonders. My brother and I have traveled through countless worlds, and we've seen innumerable landscapes, all wonderful and unforgettable. Yet Tevat manages to stand out and compete with them. Truly, it's a high praise coming from me who travels beyond the stars and has witnessed much of the cosmos. Tevat is impressive at every turn. It's a world taken right out of a fairy tale. That is, if you look away from the darkness beneath the surface, the terrors creeping through the cracks, the traces of horror hidden in the shadows where light does not reach, the tragedies, the sacrifices, the lost memories, and the blood that was spilled to protect the fragility of the present. The sins committed and the punishments given in ancient wars born of error and misknowledge. I shake my head to chase these somber thoughts away. I don't want to fill my mind with such gloomy images right now. I have a long journey ahead, a journey of indeterminate time. A journey of slowly treading towards an unknown destination. Even someone of my nature may tire from time to time. And to make matters worse, Aether is no longer by my side. It would be more apt to say that my journey is a result of our separation. Initially, a quest to find my lost kin, and then the acceptance of fulfilling a request I do not understand. Now the responsibility of being a witness and a record keeper. I can't remember the last time my path was so nebulous, despite knowing exactly where I need to go and what I need to do. I had resigned myself to the fate of being a traveler and found comfort in the company of my brother. All would be well so long as we were together. And now, today, I had resolved to enjoy myself so that I may regain my vigor to march forward. Leaving Paimon behind for a moment of privacy is proving to be a bit of an error on my part. Though her antics may frustrate me at times, Paimon is an invaluable companion who brightens my bleak days and prevents my mind from briskly running into the state I find myself in currently. I close my eyes to listen to the sounds of nature. The joyful birds sing praises to the boundless skies. The gentle breeze rustles the leaves of the towering trees. Little critters hidden among silver grass jump into the crystalline waters. Occasionally, I hear carts and caravans passing through the stone bridge I'm standing on. Chatter amongst people, signs of life, moving forward. I recall the advice I received from the Animo Archon and the wisdom I was given by the Lord of Geo. There is beauty to be found in this long journey of mine, and I am not short on time. When I open my eyes again, As the Archon's words echo in my recollections and a certain figure emerges from my memory, my mind is clear, not unlike the calm waters of Liyue Marsh. I look over to see myself reflected on those azure waters. There is still hope for as long as I'm here, for as long as I am myself. And so time starts moving again. A certain figure had appeared in my mind when I was trying to compose myself. Yes, there is a person who I wish would allow himself to enjoy a bit of leisure, and that's why I'm visiting Wangshu Inn today. Wangshu is a majestic inn built atop a massive stone pillar, embraced by a sun-touched ginkgo tree of a radiant golden sheen. It's truly one of a kind, a fine landmark to guide all those who traverse through Liyue Marsh and Liyue at large. Its structural magnificence and particular location has given rise to rumors and stories of all kinds. Stories tell of Wangshu Inn being a haven for lovers' secret rendezvous. Other tales say that even the dignified adepti sometimes like to bask in the moonlight here. But perhaps some of these rumors are not entirely false. The uppermost floor of this inn houses a special guest, unbeknownst to every traveler that stops by for a moment of respite. The secret guest goes by many names and titles: Conqueror of Demons, Vigilant Yaksha, General Alatus, Adeptus Xiao, a guardian who has been silently protecting Liyue's peace from the shadows for millennia. For many, he is a legend, a myth, a relic of the past, a figure of folk tales. Maybe he doesn't even exist. But to me, he is simply Xiao, a precious friend, a person I cherish very much. When I returned to Liyue, my mind drifted towards him immediately. He is a person who makes me feel safe and at ease. Perhaps it's a sense of comfort and safety that I yearn for after being separated from my brother. Is my heart searching for a brotherly substitute? Or is there something else? Xiao is direct and speaks his mind, his genuine thoughts. There is no need to keep my guard up, to maintain appearances. He is fiercely loyal, devoted to his duty, and so incredibly kind and caring once you understand the way he expresses himself. He doesn't expect anything yet, and is willing to offer his help. He doesn't ask about my identity and my past, but will lend an ear to anything I wish to share. I've met plenty of lovely people in Tevat and have made several friends and allies. But few are the people who allow me the luxury of profound comfort, maybe even solace. Oh my gosh, I am loving this so far. As I walk up Wangshu's familiar stairs to reach the top floor, Zhuiyun Curse, grand mountain tops enter my field of vision. That place is where the mighty and illuminated Adepti dwell, a forest of stone and dreams hidden among the clouds. One of my favorite places in Liyue. It would be nice to go there with Xiao one day. Xiao. There is a mystical elegance to him, an enigmatic aura. You could say all Adepti are like that, and you wouldn't be wrong. After all, they are not human, even if some of them choose to appear in that form. But there is something else to Xiao still. I find myself lacking the words to describe it properly. But what I can describe is the feeling of joy and excitement I feel at the thought of seeing him again. My earlier thoughts of gloom now gone, distant. I'm quite the fool sometimes. I should have rushed here instead of taking a long stroll through the marsh. I told myself it would be nice to appreciate the marvelous scenery. I've been so caught up in all manner of errands that I haven't had a chance to appreciate Liyue Marsh in all of its poetic glory. When one gets familiar with a place and shifts their focus to their tasks, it's easy to forget the beauty that surrounds us. But where did that get me? I truly do not fare well when I left to my own devices for far too long. This is something I should reflect on. Now then, I shall not dally any longer. Once I step outside, I survey the balcony for any possible trace of the inn's enigmatic guest. Empty. I raise my head to examine the roof. Quiet. Xiao? Are you there? Xiao? No sign of the elusive adeptus. Only faint sounds of leaves rustling in the wind. My heart sinks a little. This is my third day visiting Wangshu Inn, and Xiao has yet to return. Vergoldet didn't appear to know anything when I asked her earlier. Neither did her husband. They are both secret agents of the Qixing, tasked with the mission of assisting Xiao in any capacity they can. That said, they are aware of my closeness with him and even encourage it. Thus, they have no reason to hide information from me. Out of respect for the vigilant Yaksha, they don't inquire about Xiao's affairs nor his whereabouts. But it would do no harm to be a little bit more aware of his actions and intentions sometimes. I let out an involuntary sigh. I should be understanding of their position. I laugh to myself as I come to realize that nowadays I often neglect to remember that Xiao still appears unapproachable to many. Many a mind have changed over time, and plenty of people have made attempts at striking a friendship with the Guardian Yaksha of legends, but I remain as the one who knows him best. With the exception of Zhongli, that is. I take a few steps forward to better appreciate the magnificent view that stretches before my eyes. Xiao comes and goes as his duties demand, but he often passes by the inn for some rest, so this prolonged absence is rather strange. Am I overthinking? Maybe he's simply busier than usual. Here I was probably declaring, well, how well I know Xiao, but truth be told, there is still much I do not know, and his absence may very well be a regular occurrence. I suppose this is where I admit defeat and return to consult with Goldet, who might know better. Or, a sudden thought comes to mind, and my anxiety rises, heart pounding in my chest. Maybe Xiao is in trouble. I've been worried about his well-being ever since I learned of his circumstances. A contract as old as stone to protect Liyue from all evil. Day after day, year after year, for millennia, for eternity. A karmic poison that taints his very soul and gnaws at his mind. Dark whispers of temptations, deafening screams of agony demanding death, torment for body and mind alike. Then the events of the chasm followed. That was when I discovered how little worth Xiao sees in himself. His burdens run far and deep. I was aware, I really was, but I hadn't quite grasped the full picture, and there may yet still be things I do not know. The canvas of Xiao's history is far from being complete. His trauma, though he may not wish to refer to it as such, appears to go far beyond the rotting poison that erodes every fiber of his being. I have my suspicions as to what Xiao's past life entails, based on the few things he has chosen to impart with me, but I dare not pry. My collection of nightmares expanded since the perilous day, and Xiao's sacrifice was added to my subconscious list. I'm no stranger to tales of despair, and have witnessed many tragedies throughout my long life. In present times, it is not often that something stays with me like this. Every once in a while, I dream of Xiao falling into the deep darkness while I watch helplessly, unable to reach him, unable to save him. I jump after him, I stretch my hand, I use every ounce of my power, yet he keeps falling further and further into the void. To be left alone and forgotten at the depths of the chasm as the dark emptiness slowly grinds his soul into dust. Thankfully, it's only a bad dream. Only a dream. Paimon says I sometimes wake up with tears running down my face. That happens a lot when I dream of my brother. But now this is becoming a routine when I have nightmares about Xiao too. I close my eyes and remember Xiao's promise. If you are in trouble, don't hesitate to call my name. Will Xiao consider I was worried about you, an emergency? Probably not. There's no need to worry about him, is what he would say. He might feel bad, guilty even, for troubling me like that. Additionally, he entrusted me with the right of summoning him anywhere, anytime, for my own protection. I can't misuse this right. I can't take advantage of his kindness. But I want to see him, and I'm really worried that he hasn't returned yet. Should I? Ooh, we have to make a decision right here. Do we call for Xiao, or do we not call for Xiao? I feel like we should call, right? So we're going to call out for Xiao one more time. If it gives us an option to call out again, we are not going to call out. What am I thinking? Of course I should call him. If this annoys him, I will apologize and find a way to make up for it. But I believe he will understand my concern, even if he might not agree with it. Besides, he wasn't bothered by that time I called him to request his feedback for Zhongli's new dishes during the Moonchase Festival. If anything, he seemed rather amused when all was said and done. I sigh. I'm definitely getting caught up in a storm of thoughts today. I have the tendency to live in my head sometimes. No, not sometimes. Often. Too often. Naive as she may be, Paimon's acting without thinking would have been the better choice for once. She would have had no qualms about calling Xiao immediately. I close my eyes and confidently recite Xiao's name in my heart. Xiao, are you there? You called me? What is the matter? There he is! Oh my gosh! I opened my eyes to see a youthful man of great beauty. There is no visible injuries, no sign of anguish on his face. Though he does not make his pain known to others, there are times when I've seen him in distress, so I can conclude that Xiao currently in front of me looks normal. A wave of relief washes over me, dispersing my earlier worries. Oh, I missed his voice, his graceful figure, his charming amber eyes, his presence. I truly am a fool. I should have called him sooner. Xiao! I'm happy to see you again! He nods, a small smile forming on his lips. Likewise. How could I help you? I don't need any help. I called you because I've been visiting Wang Shuwen the past few days, but you weren't here, so I was getting worried. There was no need to worry about me. I'm fine. No, there very much is a need to worry about you. I thought you said from now on, heroes will always look out for each other. Did you forget? I did not. I know healing is a long and arduous process. The things that weigh on Xiao's heart will not go away so easily. It takes time and care and constant reminders. With that in mind, I chose not to reprimand him, but I hope he understood why I brought that up. The constant negativity generated by my mind today is making me feel dizzy. So I'd like to stay as far away from it as I possibly can. Now that Xiao is here, we should both unwind and find joy in each other's company. If you are free, I'd like to spend some time with you. It's been a while since I last saw you. And I really missed you, is what I'd like to add, but I should temper my words, lest I overwhelm him. I cannot stay. As you know, Lantern Rite is approaching, and with it malice and filth awakens. It is my duty to vanquish all evil that threatens Liyue. I wish Xiao would understand that he needs not protect Liyue forever. Rex Lapis has already entrusted Liyue to its people. And old Adepti contracts are null after his death. But I know things are very complicated for the Guardian Yaksha. Duty is the only anchor that keeps Xiao grounded and distracts him from hatred. Not the malicious hatred of fallen gods that poison his soul, but the hatred he feels for himself, for his entire existence. Following this external duty to repay the non-repayable debts and to atone for sins of the past is not a healthy way of life, much less a healthy mindset to have. But what would happen to Xiao if he suddenly lost his only purpose? I don't think Xiao, as he is right now, can endure the termination of his contract, but that's likely why Zhongli hasn't made any attempts at convincing him to retire. I understand. I really do, so I conceal my disappointment to the best of my ability. Now then. Wait, just a moment. I've only just barely got to see you, and you're already leaving? Still, I cannot be selfish. If Xiao's mind is not up for it, he will not remain here simply because I say so. There is a limit to the things he is willing to do for my sake. Abandoning his duty is wholly and absolutely out of the question. Loyalty and devotion are his virtues after all. That being said, I too have something I must absolutely do. I still have to ask. If you end up having a little bit of free time after all, would you like to come to Liyue Harbor with me to celebrate Lantern Rite? You invite me every year. The answer is the same. That is true. Keep trying. Maybe one of these days you will accept my invitation, so I have to keep trying. I smile sincerely because I genuinely want him to enjoy nice things. I invite Xiao every year without fail to show him there are people who want to spend time with him, to celebrate with him. I'd like him to take breaks from his eternal dance of demon subjugation, to experience the little joys in life. For a day, for a few hours, just for a little while. I want him to have more positive memories in the ocean of nightmares that threatens to drown him at any moment. Alas, I'm only met with a sigh. It's difficult to understand the workings of your mind. You have many noble friends. Why would you choose someone like you to spend Lantern Rite with you out of all the people I know? Oh, Xiao. It is only difficult to understand because you see no value in yourself. You vehemently believe happiness is not for you. To anyone else, the answer would be quite clear, but I shall not falter. Hu Tao's visage comes to my mind. If nothing else, she knows how to get results. At the risk of annoying Xiao, I push forward towards my single wish for this year's Lantern Rite. I know you prefer quiet places, so we don't have to walk through busy streets and mingle with the crowd. Liyue Harbor is a big city that accommodates everyone's preference. I've come to know a lot of quiet areas that will be to your liking. We don't need to celebrate the same way other people do, so I've prepared a list of activities for us to enjoy. Xiao doesn't respond. He is silent and seemingly lost in thought. As to what might be running through his mind right now is hard to tell. His expression is calm yet unreadable. No matter. This year I've come prepared and well equipped for the sole purpose of withstanding the harsh winds of Xiao's refusal to allow himself to partake in joy. He deserves leisure, company, glee, and care, and everything else fate has denied him. He deserves to expel that which convinced him to abandon the pleas of his soul. Well, this is equally my sincere desire for his happiness as is my personal wish to celebrate with him. Yes, Xiao, I choose you over everyone else. You went through all this trouble. It's no trouble at all. I would be happy to do these things with you. That's why I made these plans. All right. If you insist, I will accompany you to Liyue Harbor. Did Xiao accept my invitation? Am I caught in an Aranara dream right now? Don't wake me up. Thank you, Xiao. I try my best to contain my excitement and to sound normal, but I can barely hold myself together. I won't take any more of your time. I will see you in a few days, yes? I hope you won't change your mind. I always keep my word. Now then, see you next time. He vanishes into thin air as he always does, leaving no trace of his existence behind. But there is evidence he was here once. The proof? The bliss he left in my heart. Oh, I start grinning like an idiot. He accepted. After all this time, we can finally go to Liyue Harbor together. A lantern rite. A lantern rite date. A date. If I keep letting such thoughts occupy my mind, I might just fall in love. I laugh at myself for coming up with these silly notions. The wind gently caresses my face as I look at the distant lofty mountains, wondering if Xiao is currently pursuing traces of demonic influence on one of those peaks. Does he ever stop to appreciate the scenery? I better be on my way now. After all, I promised Paimon to return as soon as I've satisfied my needs for privacy. Perhaps I should ask Chef Xiao if he has time to prepare a special meal for a companion of a bottomless appetite. Oh, I am loving this so far. This is great. The story is beautiful. I am a sucker for romance novels and love movies, and I love, and this is so adorable. Seeing Lumine and Xiao together, kind of the way they're acting, and going to the Lantern Rite is going to be so beautiful. The writing, the art, and I love the music playing in the background as well. It is great, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.